Hello, Chris and Dale are with me again, and today we are talking HMO, Houses of Multiple Occupation. I was reading this magazine and these guys sprung to mind. Hello boys, how you doing?
Hello. Good.
You're alright. Now tell us about Houses of Multiple Occupation. Surely they are the cash cow of property investment, are they?
And I think what you just said there around the cash cow, yes they are, but at the same time they are quite a complicated beast to get right. Like with any investment, to make something more complicated are higher returns, but without higher returns comes a complication.
Right.
And so therefore understanding the regulation around an HMO, understanding actually all of the requirements around the local area, and understanding everything that you need to do, including getting specialist lettings agents to do and operate an HMO, are very much required.
Give me an example. What could I do drastically wrong? I could walk down the road and see a lovely 15-bedroom house and think I'm going to turn that into student accommodation tomorrow. What are the top 3 things that I would definitely do wrong if I didn't know what I was doing?
So firstly, with regard to an HMO, you have to understand that there are only certain demographics of people who will occupy a house of multiple occupancy. Typically students, young professionals, or blue-collar workers who are your typical demographics. So actually understanding fire regulation, the requirements for the local council, the Article 4 is a specific planning requirement that is a tool that the local authorities use in order to control, so streets and streets of HMOs aren't created by investors, and so therefore change the demographic spread in the area. So there are multiple complications around just even before thinking about doing it. And with these sort of agents and local knowledge that we have on the platform, the ultimate thing is understanding your local market and is there a requirement for that type of investment.
And you're using your example actually, so you've just gone off and you've thought, okay, here's a property, I can turn it into a 6-bed HMO and the room size is working, etc. And you immediately can find out, well, someone is currently building 5,500 corporately developed student lets.
Yes.
Planning's just been granted, or a council has decided, it's fairly publicly available knowledge that there are too many HMOs in X place. So it's really about understanding kind of what's going on in that local area in terms of supply and demand.
And I guess not all properties will be suitable either, just because they're big and have got lots of rooms. There's going to be things that we don't know when we're going to go out and try and buy them. And I guess that's why an house sourcing investment can step in. I mean, how much of your work is around this HMO piece?
Of all properties on the platform, so of everything that ever gets traded, the vast majority of the properties that trade through our platform, people are looking to hold longer term for some form of income rather than sort of flip and trade on. And it splits proportionally more rather than less for HMO.
Okay.
But across a real range, then that will be, some of it will be student focused, some of it will be essential workers. So we saw a really cute one where someone did one right next to a new hospital, and they actually did a deal. The hospital became the landlord. Became the tenant, who were then subletting to essential workers in hospitals. So it's perfect. They actually took it on a long term. It was on a 5-year deal, and all of that had been put together by the sourcer. And it's like, okay, here's the property, X beds. I've got back-to-back lease with the hospital. So that's a good example of the kind of stuff. But a high proportion of what we do is HMO related.
It might sound like a silly question, but are there hotspots in the UK where HMOs are more popular?
Absolutely.
My gut feel is near a university.
University towns obviously are great, kind of hospital, places with large levels of blue collar workers. So we've just seen things like Amazon decides to open huge distribution centre next to a town, and suddenly there is a immediate pent up HMO demand there.
Yes.
And we've seen it kind of follow in certain towns, and sometimes for no rhyme or reason. It's like there may be some of that herd kind of behaviours going on, but I mean, for a while we just keep seeing Doncaster and everything. It was like Doncaster making Doncaster. I mean, how many HMOs are in Doncaster now? I don't know, but certain cities lend themselves to them very well.
Okay, so when we come onto the SI platform, you've got a 10-day free trial available. We can come on, see the whole platform, see how it all works for nothing for 10 days. Are we going to be able to get our teeth in and look at some HMO deals there if that's what we're looking to buy?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, with regard to coming on, come and see what it's all about.
Yeah.
When I say come and see what it's all about, simply the amount of tools and thought and technology around the investor coming on, having line of sight to local opportunities, including HMOs that we've just been discussing, but more importantly then the tools of the operational execution of that investment from start to completion, and completion being let out and finished.
Okay.
And so therefore, you know, at the end of the day, come in and have a look. The opportunities are there, but more importantly, if you are unsure, there are also multiple areas within the platform to assist you with your research, to assist you with your due diligence, and ultimately every investor has got to understand it is their decisions at the end of the day, but we are there to support those decisions and support you all the way through the process in order to hopefully, touch wood, get you a good return on your money and a high yield.
Great. Sourcinginvestments.co.uk is the platform. Get on there now for your free 10-day trial and find out more about HMOs and beyond. Also, we want you to get involved in the conversation, so comment down below and tell us about your success stories or your horror stories. Ask any questions. We'd love to have a chat with you. We'll see you again soon. Take care.